The wind is blowing, the snow is falling, and the sounds of Randy fills your ears. So sit back, grab a snack, and relax as we ride on into the winter. This is episode 49 of Elk Mountain. How's it going, everyone? Just threw on our jacket here, and well, I guess we should close the front door. As you can see, winter has hit us pretty much in full force. Yeah, I mean, it's we got what we asked for. We said we wanted some snow, and of course it hasn't settled on the ground. It only just started falling, but it's looking promising. So we're gonna take the John Deere down, I think the little Gator here, and I don't know if we'll end up needing the trailer, but that is where it should be. We do have a little trailer that we bought a while back that's just kind of lurking back here. I tried to color match it, but I was off just a little bit. Oh my. These thick tires getting in the way. But yeah, I mean, since winter's here, you know, January is a good time for a lot of this produce to sell, so it should be fine, especially if it's cold out just for the month here. So we can get a good price on that, and we got kind of a lot of just yard cleanup and landscaping ahead of us. I suppose we'll try and avoid that deer and head down past our horse pasture, which might be its last, you know, little bit of time here on the ranch. I don't know. Something we're looking into for sure, and it looks like our chicken fix is working now. Of course, there is our little patch of grass here that, hey, it grew back like we kind of, well, like we expected it to at this point, and this little nook now is kind of useless, so, I mean, I think we'll have to get some landscaping done there as well, but, yeah, we have our first pallet of eggs that, I mean, it looks like none are spawning here, but they just feed directly into this guy, and I think I can hold like 5,000 liters, maybe a little bit more, I don't know, I think that's only like 5 pallets. But, you know, we might have to look into more solutions there, but we'll keep an eye on it. For now, it's working, so we'll get that cleaned up at some point. While we're down here, we may as well just pop in through the office real quick and get smacked by the door. I hate that it opens that way. I always expect it the other way, but I guess you're coming into the office, so that makes sense. And we're greeted by our nice new harvester. We've yet to use it, but it's looking good. Same with our new tractor. This thing is an absolute monster. Still need to upgrade the horsepower a little bit. But yeah, this is going to be its first full month here on the farm. I don't know if it's going to see any work this month. But of course, it's looking good. And yeah, I'm excited to have it here. Suppose we could just close that guy up. We did leave it open last night. We were in a little bit of a hurry to get some food in us after a long day of working. And may as well check what the store has to offer. I'm kind of scared because we did spend a lot of money yesterday. Nothing too crazy new. I think both of these were still here yesterday, but it looks like a third axle. And what's a potato harvester? This is an absolute unit, even 55% off. Still $250,000. So that's, wow, yeah, that's a big kit right there. And we do have, oh, I suppose we want to leave this way, get back on the Gator. We do have a little bit of weeds in our one field with, I believe we planted canola in there. So we might have to get some spraying done today as well. So I suppose there is a little bit of field work on the agenda. We'll bring this guy over to our little bubble shed, get him parked in there. And we can check out our new wheel loader as well while we're in here. Suppose we should maybe find a better spot for that, but for now, yeah, look at this guy. It's got a nice big bucket. I'm excited to use it as well. Of course, we did get one other implement for our trees, our logs, which we will be getting to today. It's been a long time coming. And this guy, he kind of, you know, lurking away in the corner of the shed here and kind of got forgotten about. Definitely something we could probably sell now that we have the front loader, or we sold our front loader. That's what we were using before, but now we have, of course, our full-on wheel loader, so we don't even really need this guy. I suppose it is still a nice trailer or something to have. I'm not really sure where we should get this guy lined up. We don't want to block in our herbicide too much, but I suppose that's all right for now. And you know what? We can go ahead and probably just turn this guy off. And let's go check out our wheel loader. Why not? think we'll probably just keep our bucket here. We might move our front loader bucket at some point, but we don't have the front loader down here. And we're going to get the log attachment just put on this guy because we want to get some done today. I don't know if we'll start off with that this morning. I think we got to give our cows a little bit of water. But of course, if we leave this guy out here, it'll be a nice little reminder. And we might have to throw the forks on the telehandler just to get our belt system kind of moved around. So yeah, this log fork is an absolute unit. Wow. Looking good. Alright, we do have our truck down here already. The gooseneck's kind of blocking the way, so we'll probably get him moved as well. Pull out our trailer that we can get ready to sell. Maybe we... I don't know, do we put it on? We'll probably just tow it back independently unless we have some more stuff to sell. And then we can use the truck to give the cow some water. Get that starting to fill up, and I believe we do have to start a couple reductions. I want to say we can get some more silage going. Yeah, so we have 40,000 liters still there, but we have a bunch of grass just kind of, well, fermenting. So we'll just get that activated so we can start the fermentation process and continue on there, and we should have about 100,000 liters, so that's good. Just looking at our eggs, yeah, it doesn't look like we have a lot storing, but that's because the one pallet of 1,000 liters already spawned. Maybe it's 2,000 liters, actually, because I think it was about 1,700 last night. And if we go over, and let's just, we got lots of mineral feed there. But if we just check out this, we are pretty much out of silage and starting to run low on hay. So it might be worth grabbing a couple bales of hay and a trailer full of silage, maybe even two, just that way we don't have to worry about it for a little while longer. Alright, while that's filling up, we'll go grab some hay. Those are kind of wonky. Maybe our forks are just, yeah, they're underneath. Might have been worth it to grab a couple more bales because, yeah, I'm pretty sure it's going to consume those ones pretty quickly. And if the straw, of course, I feel like those ones have been there for some time, which is not a problem. We don't go through straw too quickly, but I think we do want to start making some more manure, especially now that we have the wheel loader. It'll be a lot more effective at getting that pit unloaded. So let's see if we can snake this off without messing things up too much more. If we just raise this up and push it forward, it should be okay if we are gentle, but then again, it's not. So you know what? That's fine. It looks kind of in place. Alright, we'll get those dropped off, and I suppose while we're in the telehandler, it might be worth it to go and move our little conveyor belt over. Not sure if we can get away with using our silage forks, but it might be long enough. We'll see. If we can get the center of gravity just right, we might be able to pull it off. Oh yeah, this thing isn't too heavy, but of course, yeah, it's right on the edge of, oh, yeah. Try and keep it as low as possible. Low and slow, and what's going to get us here is turning and, of course, braking. This thing is, if we put on the forks, this would be so much easier. And I am kind of tempted just with how wobbly this is. So let's, you know what, let's see if it's going to make a difference. I'm quite a fan of these shelves that we've put in. They've come in really handy. rather, with just keeping things somewhat organized with all of our little implements and whatnot. We are still going to attack it from this angle because we do want to just spin around and get the belt on either side there. So, these forks are a little bit longer. I mean, still not perfect, but what do you expect? But it is a lot more stable than it was before. Enough for us to just get the turn going there. And yeah, like I said, when we're braking and all the momentum is coming to a stop, that's when it's kind of dangerous, really. But at risk of falling, but we're pretty good there. That's why you want to keep it nice and low. That way, if it falls off, it's pretty much already on the ground. And that's looking pretty good. So we're kind of set up to make wood chips and firewood. I suppose we'll put our bale forks back on, and it might be worth it for us to move our line back just out of the elements, really. Alright, it looks like this is actually not even quite 100% full, but it's probably everything that we had as far as mixed ration goes that's already made. So we got to get some silage in there so we can continue to make more. What is the best trailer? I suppose the closest trailer. But, you know, it feels like with these tight spaces, the articulating trailer might be the way to go. I know it's not the easiest to drive, especially reversing is like near impossible unless you're absolutely amazing. If you can back one of these up, let me know, because I applaud you. That is an amazing feat of driving. I quite like driving, and it's difficult even for me. I don't know. So we'll get some silage put in here. The cow should be all right just for a little while. But it might be worth upgrading to a different barn, even just a free-range pasture. I don't know, something like that in the future that we can just get a lot more feed in there at one time. And you know what? I am curious if we even need our mixer wagon anymore. Oh gosh, of course we are going to have to back it up because of the bales. Oh my gosh, Randy, what did you do? Alright. Nope. We want to get the axle going. No, we don't want to get the axle going that way. Oh, this is so confusing. I do want to go in this way. But then I kind of want to catch back up to it so it doesn't go too far. Alright, kind of pretty much 100% jackknife it. And we're golden. Wow. Nailed it! Yeah. Alright, so that was 8,000 liters, and I believe it can hold 18,000, maybe 19, just shy of 20. So it'll be worth it to get one more full load in here if we can. And so if that takes away 16,000 and we had 40,000 left in there, we should still have about 24. So that's enough for at least one more full fill up. And of course we're making another 60,000 on top of that. So we should be pretty good until we can harvest some more again. Alright, let's see if we learned anything. Oh yeah. Oh yeah. Alright. Well, if you can get this backed up, it can definitely get in and out of tight spaces. So, good to know. Definitely something to keep practicing. Today, we learned that you can use the blower on this thing from pretty far away. That's the nice thing. Unlike the mixer, it just kind of puts it right in the trough nice and close. This thing absolutely just spits the straw out. So we're going to get it loaded up with a couple more bales here. And we can really just load those cows up with some nice bedding because it's cold out. They're going to need it. Alright, that's looking pretty good. I was pretty sure that we could fit 3 in there, and sure enough we did. We're going to go through probably the first 2 at least fairly quickly. And then the next thing is, can it fit underneath, which it looks like we'll be just fine there. So we are golden, and we don't have to get too crazy with our reversing skills in this guy. Since we learned we can just absolutely send it over here, so looking good. Alright, we still do have a fair bit of straw left over for next time, so that's looking good there. Suppose we could just leave this tractor here for now, and we'll go get some more feed later. But for right now, I think we're going to load up just a couple extra straw bales, the ones we have over by the horses, onto probably the gooseneck, just so that we can get those sold. I know it's probably in high demand. I think I remember it being a pretty good price in the winter, and I believe it's just at We Buy Hay, which is right next to the feed store where we frequently go, just right across from the farm, so that should be nice and quick. Alright, that wasn't too bad. Definitely wasn't how I was planning to load that, but it worked out. It got kind of off-center, but tried our best to fix it, and most of them are, well, they all have at least one strap on them, so they should be fine. They're not going too far. And looks like the snow is, well, it's starting to stick, but it also looks like it's kind of starting to slow down a little bit. It's not snowing as much as it was earlier this morning, that's for sure. It is a little bit slippery slowing down there, especially with the heavy load. Definitely don't want to go into that water. It would be freezing. We buy hay. Well, we're selling straw. See how much we get for it. Hopefully, they take it. Yes, yes. Alright, let's see what we got. Wow, that was a quick $17,000. Definitely not what I was expecting. That's a lot more than I was expecting. But at the same time, I had a little bit more straw in there than I thought. I wasn't really sure how much. Maybe 6 bales or so. I don't even know how many we sold. I didn't really count them there. Maybe 10? Wasn't that many. But either way, we got a good amount of money from that, so I will take it. Oh, yeah, I forgot about this issue. Alright, so we were having a couple weird issues. For whatever reason, this guy just wouldn't detach. I could get it to if I was repairing something on either one of them or changing the configuration. But other than that, even when you reattach it after, it just doesn't want to unattach. So something's definitely off with this guy. You know, if the issue continues, we might have to just take it to the store and, you know, be a Karen instead of talking to Karen and get them to replace it for us because, yeah, just for whatever reason, it's not working. You know, if I can just show you real quick here, if we get it attached, let's get it lined up. So, yeah, we can get it on, no problem. And then this is, well, this is what it's saying otherwise. So, obviously, what? But if we go to repair it, or customize it, let's just turn the working speed down. It's now unattached, which is awesome. But, yeah, for whatever reason, it doesn't want to play nice. So, it is what it is. We'll have to figure out what the deal is with that some other time. Thankfully, we don't really need it right now. We just finished using it up last month, so we do have some time to look into it. We'll just get our line put away. Even though it stopped snowing, you never know when it's going to come back. Even just some rain. We got this guy hooked up. Of course, we do need the hydraulics for it. That's why we're not using the 350. if we can get this guy lined up, we should be good to go. Alright, we're looking good. That fit under there pretty well. I wasn't sure where we were going to put this guy because we did store it under there where the telehandler is sitting right now, but that guy might be going that whole structure, so yeah, didn't want to leave it there and just have to move it again later. I suppose we could have left it just on the trailer, but that's okay. The trailer can go back in its home for now, and we might want to put some narrow tires on here and get going on spraying that field. Why not? It's a little past lunchtime right now, 1 o'clock. So we have plenty of time left in the day. We don't want to neglect our firewood, of course. We are going to get there. Don't worry. Let's go on here, find our narrow tires. These little skinny boys. Throw those on. And looking good. This is, of course, how we bought this tractor. These wheels are a heck of a lot cleaner than the rest of it. So used to seeing it with the wide ones on there. These fender flares are looking a little goofy, to be honest, but hey, it does just fine. They're usually only on there for spraying season, as we narrowly avoid the poles. We knew what we were doing, but we did cut it a little close. Alright, we'll get this guy unfolded, and we can start spraying. Of course, this field is looking pretty frosty, but that's okay. We'll see if it has a visual effect. Alright, and we are spraying. It is, it's actually almost invisible from behind, but rest assured it is going. As you can see, as soon as you go to the side, see it from the front. It's looking good there. This should not take us long at all, so we're just going to rip around, and we'll see you in a minute. Alright, that was fairly painless, so we'll just head back on over and hopefully we can start making some firewood. Do have a couple things that we could sell, and of course we do have that roller just hanging around that is on lease that we could probably get rid of. I don't see why not. Get this guy folded up before we move any further into the yard there. Alright, we are just going to put our wide tires back on here because I don't think we really need the narrow ones on anymore. Definitely not today, but I'm not sure if we're going to need them again because we don't have to fertilize our other field. And of course the field we just finished going over had a double application on it, so it's all good there. Alright, that's actually fit there pretty nicely. Alright, we got all of our wood processing machines turned on. A whole lot of lumber here. I'm not really 100% sure with what this guy can handle. This is all the leftovers from making our maple syrup production. So we'll see what we can do with some of that. If it doesn't work, like if it's too wonky, I tried to pick out the stray pieces. This one might be an issue. We'll just throw whatever doesn't fit into the wood chipper, but the goal is I want to fill up both of these bins at least with firewood and wood chips. That would be awesome, and we'll see what we can get for it. Everything else, yeah, I mean, everything that doesn't fit into the wood processor for firewood, we can put into the chipper and just make wood chips out of it. And this guy will come in super handy with all of that. So let's try and get it done. Alright, well, it seems like with some of these smaller trees, and even some of these more wonkier ones, I don't know, this guy's pretty finicky on what he takes for firewood, just like what fits size-wise. So I think once we actually have, like, these trees are all pretty uniform, which is nice. So that'll be a lot better with that. So unfortunately, I think a lot of this stuff might have to, see if we can get this guy. Might have to just go into the wood chipper, but that's alright. We got to start making some wood chips anyways. And a lot of these guys are small enough that we can just try and get them up there ourselves with a little bit of effort. There we go. Alright, looks like the hopper on that is slowly going down, so we'll let that start to fill up and see if we can create some more firewood. We do have a little bit of a mess from last time, but that's alright. We have a little bit more uniform trees here that are a bit thicker. Those other smaller little ones just weren't big enough for firewood, unfortunately. So we'll start off with some of these small guys and see how it goes. Of course, we do have this new log fork. We'll see how it goes too. It looks like it does have a little bit of a blade on there, which, if we're smart about it, we can kind of push the ones we don't want away and then come down on the ones we do want. But of course, easier said than done. There we go. Use that hydraulic force. Well, we have that one pinched. We'll see what we can do. These ones seem like they should be a good size for firewood. We'll just get them close enough. Come on now. Don't you want to go home, log? There you go. We will take some adjusting getting used to this new machinery as well. Interesting log fork. But I kind of like it. I think with a little bit of finessing, we should do just fine. Alright, we just finished getting all the rest of our logs loaded up, and we kind of got the hang of this new log fork. It does really well if you kind of come from above and scoop them all in. Now that we've gotten the hang of this thing, it's actually really useful, and it's crazy how big of logs this thing can actually cut. Looks like we do have one in our pack there that isn't quite up to size. I'm curious which one it is. Because those all seem fairly on par with what we've been cutting. So we'll see which one it is, and we'll try and work our way through the pack. And yeah, that bin is definitely filling up. last log coming through. We didn't have to use many in the wood chipper, not nearly as much as I thought I would. Pretty much just cleaning up all the branches from like last time we were doing this. I want to say almost 2 years ago, which is pretty crazy. It's taken us this long to get here, but we've been so preoccupied. I feel like the farm has grown so much in that time, and yeah, this is absolutely just overflowing, which is wonderful. I will take one overflowing bin of firewood over both bins full, because you know what, that's it's pretty awesome. It's a great sight to see. All right, I think just before the sun fully sets down on us, we're gonna take this guy over to the farm shop and just sell him. You know what, get him out of our hair. We don't want him sitting around tomorrow, because we didn't even get time to landscape today, which that's all right. You know, we got a heck of a lot of firewood done, and we got to use our new wheel loader, which is awesome. We kind of figured out how that guy works, and I feel like we can definitely really push on a lot harder with firewood and just wood in general in the future. You know, we kind of have a sustainable system going. We know that it works. The forest seems like it grows at a fairly rapid pace, so if we could get another area just kind of done up over the winter at some point, that would be awesome. And probably clear another patch, maybe a little bit more trees, who knows, before the rest of ours finish growing. I'm not sure when that'll be, but hopefully it's sometime kind of soon, and we can get some more planted as well. Who knows what the rest of the winter will bring. Of course, we do have a couple more productions in the works. I think next month, January, is the high for most of our produce, so I think we can go ahead and get a lot of that sold as well. Alright, we're just rolling into the shop here, and that's probably, I don't know if this guy needs fixing. We probably didn't really use him too much, but yeah, I think we did actually buy it used, so that makes sense. Probably worth it to repair that. It's not too expensive. Is it even worth it to repaint it? Whatever. It's small. We're not going to make that much of a profit. Our truck, on the other hand, it's not really worth that much, but we put a fair amount of hours on it, and you know, it's holding up pretty strong. It's doing its job well. While we're here, may as well just pop in. Who knows if anything else is on sale. We did check it fairly early in the morning, so we'll see. Yeah, literally nothing new, except not literally nothing new, because there is something new, but nothing we need, so that's okay. We will just kind of continue on. It's been a long day. We're probably gonna go hit up that Taco Bell just down the road. Don't tell anybody we're doing the naughty crossing the road. It's late at night, small town. Everyone's gonna know it's... Oh my god. Oh, I am so sorry, sir. Oh my... It's okay. He doesn't care. He doesn't even... He's gonna go get in his Audi and not worry about anything. He's cruising. We're gonna get some T-Bell. So that's gonna be it for this episode. Thank you so much for joining me. Have a good one.
We'll see you in the next episode.
Bye-bye.